watches him all year long. He stays right on that white line, down lower than anyone else on the racetrack, and it pays off for him. They get in a little bit faster, but when he picks up the throttle, that car really accelerates on that low line.
Oh, look how close Ricky Rudd came to the wall. Just about nudged it.
That's about as close as you can come and not hit the thing.
Tony Stewart makes the move and grabs a spot away from Ricky Rudd up in the 8th position. See how close they get to the wall this time.
This is just perfect for Earnhardt. He's used to running on the old ice fly tire where you would use the whole racetrack up. So this is nothing new for him. This is old turkey. He just goes up there and turns the car left, right against the wall, and just rockets off down the straightaway.
Hey, Ralph, this pack of traffic is looking like Talladega. Before we go to Ralph, caution on the back straightaway, as Terry Labonte has some problems after running so very well earlier. And he will bring out the caution flag. Terry Labonte, who is running in the top 20, now brings out the 4th caution of the day. Ralph, I was about to say that pack of traffic looked like some of those drafts at Talladega yesterday or last weekend.
Eli, this is going to be really interesting, this next pit stop, because things are getting very, very tense down here on pit road between the 18 team and the 1 team. They've been in each other's faces after each pit stop, doing a lot of pointing and a lot of pushing and a lot of talking loudly at each other about giving each other room down here. It's a little tense down here, and they're pitted right next door to each other. They're looking over at each other right now as they're up on the wall, hoping that they'll give each other enough room to play this pit stop the way they want to.
And you saw they're coming down together too. Park and Bobby Labonte are nose to tail in 10th and 11th. So everybody making pit stops. You know who this is a big old break for is Rusty Wallace getting fresh tires now.
He's saying thank you for that caution.
He needed it.
Let's watch this here. Let's see if Ralph will be enough to report this or if we have to bring in the fight doctor, Ferdy Pacheco. Ralph?
Here they come. Eli, the 1 dives in and the 18 right behind him. Now there's been conversations about which way the 1 rolls tires back and so forth. Now whether or not the 18's going to have enough room. So far, everything has been clear. Crew chiefs have been talking. Team members have been talking to each other, trying to keep things calm. The cars are going to finish about the same time. Bobby almost slides around, taking the back end of the 1 out. This time, things go pretty smooth, and everybody goes back to their benches.
Bringing out the 4th caution flag of the afternoon. Let's see if we can pick out what happens here. Terry's inside of Rick Mast.
The back end of the car just starts around right there. Kurt Busch on the brakes really hard in that green car, and Terry spins right off turn 2, right into the inside wall.
Don't know if Kurt might have been involved, whether the air came off the rear spoiler, what have you. But certainly Terry Labonte went around coming off the number 2 corner. So pit stops now for the cars that are a lap down. These stops are at lap 194.
Early this morning, and they have a checklist just like a flight group. I mean, every piece of that race car was laying in the floor. They check it, they put it back in the car, and then somebody signs off on it. Every piece of that car was checked this morning.
Lap 231, the lead is 2 4/10 seconds from that man, Mayfield, back to Ricky Rudd, as Roger Penske talks to his driver on the radio. We are under caution. Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s car is in the garage after a problem on the back straightaway. Meanwhile, the teams are pitting again, and for those who are running short on available tires, they've got to use up more Goodyears right here. Our resident professor, Glenn Jarrett, says these guys are only averaging 30 laps per set of tires. Certainly the case again. Let's see why we are under caution. Watch the red number 8 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Maybe a little shove from behind. And there is the result.
Wow.
And watch this here. Watch him clear things out. Goes right through the garage. Takes out a couple of garbage cans there. Robert Presley, let's see what he was able to see. I wonder if Kurt Busch shoved him. It looked like he did.
There wasn't much question about that, Eli. He got done getting off that corner, but he made contact with Jimmy Spencer. It's just one of those racing deals, as they say, coming off the corner over there.
We are under caution here at Rockingham. Kevin LePage and Sterling Marlin tangled in turn 3. We'll get back to that in a moment. First to Ralph Shaheen. So that's what's happening down on the pit lane. The reason we are under caution is for this tangle up in turns 3 and 4. Sterling Marlin and Kevin LePage.
You can see right there, Sterling's car breaks sideways as they go in. He takes the 16 of Kevin LePage, and they had major contact there going into turn 3.
And Sterling is driven away. Kevin LePage climbed from the car under his own power. In the garage area, let's get an update on Dale Earnhardt Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, remember, when parking on a hill, always set your parking brake. Watch. Kevin LePage is looking.
The car just takes off by itself.
Folks, there's nobody in the car. Kevin LePage is looking around for Alan Funt.
Well, they wanted to be close to the corner workers there.
That's where Rusty's running. He tried way on the bottom, which is what he's doing right there again. 12 car, Mayfield.
He has been slowing progressively. He told you he had dropped back to 22nd, 23rd spot. While we watch this battle for the lead, watch the story on Jeremy Mayfield. Let's go to the pits.
Oh, Gus, I was talking to the crew guys there, and it's that age-old problem they've had all day with that miss. They're going to bring the car in and have to change the battery. It finally did give out. That's what was causing the miss. It kept getting slower, slower, slower. The battery finally is running down on it. Man, what a tough break. He had the dominant car.
Now the question, Jeremy Mayfield.
Trouble, turn one. Michael Waltrip again.
Whether it's that same oil fitting, the problem he had earlier, we don't know. But Michael Waltrip, for the 3rd time today, bringing out a caution. We had talked about...
Okay, did she go big? Yeah.
Yep, she went big, says Michael.
That means she has quit running. As you can hear, it's very quiet in that race car.
So Michael Waltrip apparently blowing an engine. We'll see what the story is there. By the way, we're talking about Mayfield. Jeremy led 169 laps today. Let's go to Glenn.
Well, guys, talking about Michael Waltrip for a real quick minute here, you'd have to think that all that oil he lost earlier when that oil line came loose had to have damaged that engine inside because it had to run it low on oil. He put a lot of oil down on the racetrack, and it finally showed up when that thing let go. We're standing beside of Jeremy's car now. They're working on it, and they've just about got the battery out of the thing to put the other one in. But tough break for him. I'm telling you that. You just had to know, though, all day we've been talking about that car missing. There was something to it, and it finally did show up.